Welcome to the AI Queens podcast, the show where women entrepreneurs learn to ditch the overwhelm, embrace AI, and build businesses fit for royalty. I'm Erika Stanley, your host and tech expert, here to deliver tools, tips, and actionable strategies to help you scale smarter. Let's get to it. Hey, Queens, and welcome back to the AI Queens podcast. I'm your host, Erika Stanley, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Instead of a teaching episode, I am going to take you behind the scenes and share what I've actually been doing with AI lately, what I'm building, what I'm loving, and how these tools are making my business and my life a whole lot easier, a little bit at a time. Sometimes the best inspiration comes from seeing how someone else is experimenting in real time. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Let's jump straight in with the big one. I have been on a total app building spree lately. And it all kicked off at the She Leads AI conference in Salt Lake City, where we did a vibe coding build-a-thon on day one. And I have been totally obsessed ever since. Like, I want to quit my day job and just build apps, kind of obsessed. So here's a quick rundown of the 3 main apps that I have been building for my business. And these are all apps that I have built just in the past couple of weeks. So first, I built a supplement to my AI CMO. So I've mentioned it before. I was on Michael Stelzner's AI Explored podcast a few weeks ago. And for that, I built a custom GPT called the AI CMO. Now, you've heard me mention in previous episodes how you can use AI to build out your C-suite, your chief marketing officer, your chief operations officer, your chief financial officer. And so for this episode, I dug into exactly how I would build an AI CMO for my business. And what I discovered as I have my own AI CMO, it works really, really well because it knows my brand, because I have deep brand strategy work built into my AI CMO. For it to really shine, it needs to know your brand inside and out. So, I mean, imagine you had a chief marketing officer with decades of experience, and she shows up on day one, doesn't really know a whole lot about your business. That's what this custom GPT, that's what this AI CMO is. What I did as a supplement to the CMO, I built a prompt pack app using a vibe coding tool called Base44. And this thing is like a co-pilot that is helping you extract all of the essential info about your business before you even hop into the AI CMO. That way, the custom GPT can actually give you really deep, specific results based on your brand. And so I built that right after I built the custom GPT, and then I put it into my email sequence so it would send it out to people after they had been playing with the CMO for a day. And this thing has been so popular, I literally ran out of Base44 credits and had to upgrade my plan. So people are using it, they're loving it. It's a good problem to have. Next up, I was asked to teach a workshop for a women's networking group. And the theme of the workshop, and there were a couple of us that spoke, but the theme of the workshop was additional revenue streams, how to build in additional revenue streams for your business. And so I wanted to speak about digital products and using AI to build a digital product. But there are 1,000,001 like YouTube videos and courses and freebies that you can download on how to build a digital product. So instead of that, I decided I was going to use AI to build an app to walk the workshop participants through how to market their digital product once it's built. So I went into Lovable, which is a different vibe coding app, and it's helping them brainstorm product ideas. It's not going to help them build it, but it is helping them brainstorm product ideas. And then it walks them through a series of questions to figure out their ideal audience. What is the competition for this particular product? Like, what type of thing should they build? Should it be a PDF or an email sequence or a course? And then it walks them through, it even asks them about their current email list, how many followers they have on social media. Because if you're launching out into the void, if you don't have a ton of people in your audience already, it's going to change the level of success, how much you should charge for it. And then at the very end, it creates a strategy for you. So it's got a 30-day, 60-day, and a 90-day marketing plan. It tells you based on how much you're charging and based on like best practices, if you follow the plan and send it out to your audience, how much you can expect to make in the first 30, 60, and 90 days. And it even, this is the coolest part, I created it so that it spits out the mock-up of a sales page that you can actually just copy and paste the copy straight from the mock-up directly into your website builder. So if you're using Squarespace or Kajabi or like Go High Level is the popular one right now, you can just copy and paste the text straight into this builder and have your sales page ready in minutes. Now, because I am deadline driven, or as some people would call a bit of a procrastinator, I already had the workshop already like worked out and I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I was like, you know what, let's build an app the night before this workshop. So I built it in about an hour, and the results, like the women in the workshop were just blown away. Every step they were like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it just did that. And then at the end, when it finally generated the full marketing plan and the sales page, jaws on the floor. Definitely worth the extra time that I put in to build this app for this workshop. All right, third example for another workshop. I took a brand archetype quiz that I had already built out as a custom GPT, and I turned it into an app for a workshop that I did for the She Leads AI community. Now, this workshop was specifically about the intersection of brand and AI. And just like with the AI CMO with the prompt pack, what I have found is that a lot of business owners don't have a really good grasp on their brand personality. They get the logo, the colors, they get that part. But when it comes to like, what type of personality, if my brand walked into a networking event, what would that brand be doing? And so I created this brand archetype quiz that was originally a custom GPT, but that's kind of boring. You're just like chatting back and forth with ChatGPT, which we all do all day, every day anyway. So I uploaded all of the quiz instructions, the questions, the scoring. I uploaded all of that into Lovable and created this quiz app. I even went into Midjourney with all of the archetype personalities and used those to create images for each individual archetype. So when you get done with the quiz, it actually spits out an image. It gives you a primary and a secondary brand archetype. And it spits out like an image of the woman. So if you're the rebel, or if you're the caregiver or the sage, like there's an actual image to go along with it. So doing this during the workshop, it was a total like surprise and delight moment for the group. Moving on, I want to talk about my big personal project. Like this is my favorite project that I'm working on right now, but it has nothing to do with my business. It's just something that I decided to do for myself. And I want to back up a minute because if you listen to my episode on vibe coding, I can't remember if I stressed this enough, but with each of the apps that I built in the last couple of weeks, I didn't just jump in and start building. I started with the problem. So the problem is with the prompt pack, people aren't able to get the results out of the CMO that they want because they don't have the background, the foundation of their brand. So how can I build that in for them? With the brand archetype quiz, same thing. How can I build this in a way that is easy to use, user-friendly, and kind of fun? Same thing with the digital product marketing app. So I started with a problem and then worked my way back and reverse engineered a solution and built an app for that. My personal project, she's called Shelf Life. I have this problem. My toxic trait is that I cannot walk into a bookstore without buying a book. And so I'm a huge reader. I've got over 125 books just in this physical space, in this office around me, not even counting the books that I have scattered throughout the house and on various shelves. And honestly, I forget what half of them are about or why I bought them. I am one of those people that will go into a store and definitely buy the bottle of wine because of the label. I buy books because of the covers. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. I will buy your book based on the cover and maybe the description on the back. But so I've got so many books that I have bought because I remember looking at them and thinking, "Oh my gosh, this sounds so good." But I'm in the middle of reading 3 books right now. So I put it on my shelf and I forget about it. And I needed to solve for that. So I went back into Base44 and I built an app called Shelf Life. And here's how it works. You take a picture of your book spines. Like I actually walk up to my bookshelf and just take a picture of like 6 to 8 books at a time. Then I upload those into the app. The app is using its internal AI to read the titles and the authors. Then it's going out and searching the internet to find a synopsis, genres. So it's categorizing each of these books. And it's also trying to find the cover image, although it's been having a hard time with that because there's lots of different like cover variations for books. So I had to have the app build in the ability for you to upload your own image. But it's creating a personal digital library for me. And of all of these books that I already own. And so I've been slowly making my way through my collection. I've got up next, I've got all of my Kindle books that I want to add in and all of my audiobooks that I've downloaded that I'm just waiting to read, waiting for time to listen to because I don't have a commute anymore. I work from home. So my listen time for my audiobooks has cut drastically since I started my business. Okay, so here's the best part. I also built in an AI component so that I can tell my app, hey, I am looking for a cozy mystery, or hey, I want to read something that's a little spooky, that's got like a magical element. And it goes out and it uses those synopsis and genres that it found online. And it's going to recommend what I should read next. It gives me 3 recommendations based on my vibe or my mood or how I'm feeling or my latest read. So for example, I just finished Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. Let me go back. So here's an example. I just finished Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. It was my October Halloween read. It's witchy, it's feminist, it's got really strong female protagonists. And I wanted something with another strong female protagonist and really great character development, but without the witchy fantasy element. So I told that to the app, and Shelf Life recommended 3 books that I already own. And I just picked one. It was sitting on my shelf. It's been on my shelf for over a year. I had completely forgotten about it. And I'm a couple chapters in and absolutely loving it. I'm loving the protagonist. So I've got about 65 books cataloged in the app so far. So I've still got a ways to go. And so I'm still working through it. I've also got a handful of beta testers that are testing it for me and giving me feedback on like little bugs or things that don't work as anticipated. Honestly, this is the project that makes me want to quit my day job and just build cool stuff like this all day. It's filling my cup. So I'm loving it. I'm nerding out about it. And I just wanted to share it with you. So for this last segment, I wanted to just share a couple of like really quick ways that I've been using AI lately, non-app related, just so you know, like this is how I use it in my business in the day-to-day. And I'm in and out of ChatGPT, Poppy, Claude, Midjourney, FreePick, where I have all of the different image editors. Like I'm using AI all the time. But these are some really specific use cases, just so you all know the breadth of usage that you can get out of AI when you are thinking about a problem, when you're thinking about something you have to do, and you ask yourself, how can AI make this easier for me? First up, I am applying to speak at a big conference in January. It's a conference I've never been to, so I don't quite know the vibe. I used Claude to go onto their website and analyze the list of the speakers that they already have announced, their speakers, and the topics that have already been announced with each speaker. And then I had 2 ideas for how I wanted to pitch to speak at this conference, and 2 like of course it's about AI, but two like separate ideas. And based on what they already have listed on their website for speakers and topics, Claude helped me analyze, and it like guided like, oh, hey, this would probably be a stronger submission because there aren't as many people that are already talking about this, and here's how you can phrase it. And so it really helped me have a more standout, different submission for this conference. Next up, client work. I am working with a biotech client who needed me to update. They've got they had like 9 of these scientific charts. They don't have access to the original spreadsheets with the original data. All they have are screenshots. And so I had been dreading, oh my God, I had been dreading this project where I was going to have to go through and try and like change the colors and plot the points. Claude is really good at code and math. And so I put those screenshots into Claude, asked it to read the charts, it created a Google sheet with all of the data points and like the different tabs at the bottom for each of the different charts. And then it wrote a script to recreate these charts in their new brand colors and fonts. And because it is coded in, because it's dynamic instead of just screenshots, I was able to send the client this Claude artifact. So as they get more numbers, or if there's a new chart that they need, they can update everything themselves. They can just put that data in, update the spreadsheet, and Claude will spit out an updated chart for them. So this was a huge time saver for me, but it's a huge benefit for the client as well. And last up, content repurposing. So I know I talk about this. It's one of the things that I preach to my clients, but it's definitely a situation of the shoemaker's kids have no shoes. I create a lot of content just through the course of creating this podcast, but I don't always have the time to post it. My content repurposer gives me, like 24 pieces of content for every single podcast that I do. And I could create more, but I hadn't really set up a workflow for how to actually do that. So I'm now using a combination of Claude, ChatGPT, and Canva with my VA to repurpose some of my podcast content into carousels. I spent just a couple of hours yesterday, and I have carousels planned out for the next month to get me halfway through December, which for me is really cool. It's content that I've already got it out there. I've already made these podcast episodes. Like, why am I not just putting this out there? Because I didn't have a system for it. I've got all the AI. I just didn't have a system and a workflow. So now I am popping the transcript into ChatGPT, having it generate 3 carousel ideas. I pick the ideas that I like the best. It then formats the carousel based on the template that I already have created, outputting a CSV document or just a basic table. And then there is a bulk upload option in Canva where if you've got all of your content in a table in like a specific way, you can map those individual cells to like where they need to go in the Canva template. I should probably do a tutorial on that because it's really cool. It's like a really cool feature that not a lot of people know about. But I created these carousels with my own content, and now I can recreate this and do this and send it to my VA. I can send her the CSV, and she can use the templates that I've already designed that are already ready to go, change out the words, change out the backgrounds, and we can get those uploaded and scheduled in Instagram with content that's already come from my brain. It's this blend of AI and human touch that is going to save me hours, obviously, but also helping to keep me visible and consistent on social. So for people who do not follow me on my podcast, I still want them to have access to the information through the channels that they're already a part of. And this is going to help me do that. So those are the 5 main ways that I have been using AI lately. So we've got the 3 business apps, my 1 personal project, and then this like just back and forth, the kind of 3 other cool ways that I'm using AI in my business day to day. It's saving me time, obviously. It's making my workflows easier. It's helping me to add a surprise and delight factor to my own business and my clients' businesses, right? The other thing I'm learning as I'm building more and more is that it's not 100% hands off. You still need your voice, your edits, your creativity, your expertise, right? And I'm getting the best results when I'm combining all of that and when I'm experimenting, iterating, failing and going in a different direction and, combining AI with that human element. So that's where I'm getting the best results. If you're running up against a wall and getting stuck, I would take another look and make sure that you are adding in enough of your own voice and your own expertise, your own brand genius, so that the AI doesn't sound like everyone else or sound like, oh, that sounds like ChatGPT wrote it. You know what I'm talking about. And so I would make sure that you're adding, especially that brand element in there. If you take anything away from this episode, I hope it's this. AI can streamline and enhance your business and your personal life in fun and unexpected ways. Don't be afraid to experiment. Even these quick builds that just took me like an hour, they can have a big impact. And gosh, they can impress the hell out of people too, which is really cool. And finally, the magic, it's going to happen when you blend AI with your own creativity and expertise. So if you want to see some of this in action, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can, of course, download the free AI CMO, which is on my website at aiqueens.com/CMO. That's the custom AI assistant that I built that can help you really level up your marketing strategy. And when you do that, your first email you're going to get, you get the CMO, you get in, you play with it. And then the very next email, that's your prompt pack app. The CMO cheat codes is what I call it. So you will be able to get that, play with it, see how the app works. And if you're a book lover like me, you can join the waitlist for Shelf Life at aiqueens.com/shelf life. I have shared this with a couple of key people who are helping me out, but I would love to have you as a beta tester once we get through this first round. So sign up, join the waitlist, and as soon as it's ready for prime time, I will share it with more of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and let me nerd out a little bit and share what I've been building and loving in AI lately. I hope that this inspires you to try something new, to experiment, and to just see how AI can make your business and your life a little bit easier and fun. So that's it for me today. Stay bold, stay curious, and keep reigning with AI. I will be back again next week. Thanks for listening to the AI Queens podcast. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow queen who needs to hear this. Want more tools and tips? Join the AI Queens Society over at aiqueens.com and start ruling your business with confidence today. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep reigning with AI.